back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, and so on and so forth. If you want to get an introduction and summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project and all that kind of jazz, you can check out on the previous live stream because I'm going to do a solve 9.0 override right now, meaning we're going to bypass all the introductory information and stuff and get right into the content, which is what you see on the screen. So once again, this is solve 9.0 override, a rule to break out all the rules, the system principle to free myself from the system and get my most urgently needs done. So take a look on the screen. What you see is what you get. I'm going to turn towards the laptop now. We have a lot of phase 2 items, basically photography and storytelling and commentary over a whole bunch of items that we made purchases over yesterday, symbolic off of what you see in the title, positive and negative. So the positive is sort of like discovery of uncharted territory, and negative is like recovery from all the kind of bullshit that you had to deal with in life. And so it's like getting a lot of groceries, food, uptake, toilet paper, stuff like that to get myself back up and running again. But also at the same time, that's the recovery bit, right? At the same time, we also have a lot of stuff having to do with buying purchases for things we want to plan to use, equipment we want to use, clothing, accessories into the future, so that we can do a better job at the workplace for the people we care about most in terms of relationships and finance and employment and just personal development, so on and so forth. So let's start off with collage on top left hand, top right hand corner. We're going to be breezing through a lot of this stuff here. You see, these are the main things that have some text to it. So his textile is segment 6, right? There's like need a price, that machine is scanning pricing. We have Dr. Ramani there on narcissism. We also have something to do with finance at the top right, so banking. We also have some stuff at the bottom having to do with the purchases while we were making the purchases at Walmart and so on and so forth. And of course some product scanning. So that's on this collage. We're going to dive into these individually as we enter the live stream. Again, 15-minute live stream won't take too much of your time. We can't cover everything for sure though. We see here also more some class 2 and class 1 items. I bought a lot of stuff for my biological guardians yesterday. So it's like kanji, turnip cake. So this, if you're familiar with all this kind of stuff in Cantonese, some kanji cream. We also have at the very top some interesting design for some masks at a small family-run store. And at the very bottom we have mooncakes as well as news. So again, and my brother doing his live stream thing. So on RuneScape. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff too, we'll get to that. And finally, we have all this kind of stuff in a separate collage. You can see a collage of collages and inception-wise. So you take a look here. There's a whole bunch of photographs we're going to run through today, and a whole bunch of stuff at the very bottom having to do with philosophy and the teaser on Dark Tetrad, which we may get to in the second live stream of today. I'm not sure when that will be. So let's just dive right into it. Of course, top left also again the whole live stream thing with my brother. Okay, where do we begin? We begin with this kind of philosophical stuff. So stoic reflections as well. Again, copyright notice, not my shit, not my stuff. Check it on Instagram. Stoic reflections. As a well spent day brings happy sleep, a well life spent brings happy death by Leonardo da Vinci. Couldn't agree. That's like it's an amazing quote right there. School of Life London as well here, going in on the whole parenting thing. The good enough parent isn't looking for a balanced relationship. They know that a child should be able to take a parent substantially for granted. Their reward won't be direct. It'll take many years' time to develop into them. So on and on about what a resilient and compassionate, constructive parent should be like, which for many of us we don't have. It's a regrettable fact of life that children rarely return the same proportion of love they receive. Despite their best efforts, they are frequently ungrateful and cooperative, and sometimes downright hurtful, emotional immaturity, and so on and so forth. So again, philosophy and psychiatry, both philosophical, both the figurative mother and father to my life, as I have been lacking one for the first 2.5 decades. So that's that. Moving on. All right, we have some stuff you want to mention in terms of that was segment 4 or 5, segment 6 right there. Do I have the recordings? Oh shoot, I don't have the recording here. I want to mention, so in terms of the live stream here, on the computer obviously I have to mention certain things. We had a very nice, very long 3-4 hour conversation between me and my domestic guardian. So it's both on my biological mother and my biological father. So both of us we are substantially repaired now. Like we are substantially on the right track. To say repair means that things were once good. They never were good. So now, for the first time in life, it's like uncharted territory. We're actually in good terms and good relationships. Okay, on the left-hand side, we have this kind of stuff having to do with me getting checked in case I'm not awake by then. Wake me up at noon, please. Yeah, we'll do. Here's a big day for you. So this is my brother here, my sibling. He was hosting a tournament for a particular game, so it's like a big event for him. And just woke him up. So that's relationships. You also have, obviously, I just spoke about the audio recordings, which I didn't take a photograph of, but right here you can see my phone's here. In here has the recordings to that, and so that was the whole conversation yesterday between me and my domestic guardians, all that kind of stuff. On the right hand corner, of course, the live stream itself is also part of these kind of media assets, and we're obviously talking about relationships here too. So the live streams to the Dropbox notebook kind of thing, and as well as the audio recording, so it's just visual, audio, and textile formats of recording life as it is. Alright, moving on. Took too much time. I want to do a little teaser here for the Dark Tetrad, but I forgot to mention this. So this is actually something I'll probably cover into the next live stream. A little hint that basically this is supposed to be something I forgot to mention. Fuck narcissism, right? The Dark Tetrad. It was supposed to be a series that I was preparing, and I'm not exactly sure if I will. So it's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction to something. This is not good. Moving on, segment 6 once again. So Hemi's live stream, this is my brother here on the left-hand corner here. He had a great 1.2 bill live stream on the kind of TOB, so Theater of Blood. So it's on RuneScape. It's a kind of game there. You can check that if you're interested. And I'm interested myself to see what the marketplace is for, live streaming on that particular platform, that game itself. I haven't played RuneScape in a while, but here it is. Me checking out and I'm seeing, 86 viewers. Stewie 5. We also have another person up here. I can't find right here. Here's another one, 27 viewers, PSAX. It's interesting, you see a bunch of, basically people playing RuneScape and making money from their kind of fun game that I used to love playing too. Moving on, we have this kind of stuff here. Having to do with news, the world's biggest carbon capture plant, which sucks carbon dioxide out of the air, just opened a UN report. So this has to do with news. I just want to say, obviously, this has to do with the whole, you see some commentary here. We can learn a thing from two there in Canada, criticize LGBT, and then you'll be whatever. So it's very interesting. There's something about cultural control. The right-hand panel is an MSN article on China clamping down on all the entertainment, tech, and food, and so on in celebrity industries. And then the one on the left-hand side has to do with environmental. The largest, the Orca, opening in Iceland and capturing carbon dioxide straight from the air. So, it's interesting kind of news, just keeping in touch with the world as it is. You can't be living under a rock here. I know that's something I used to do a lot. The world's biggest carbon removal plant in a year we negate only 3 seconds worth of global emissions. That's laughable. It's not even worth it, barely. More tech stuff. So when I was making purchases at Walmart, this is where I was. I have like $92 worth of rewards accumulated. We also have me looking like Robocop right there with the tan mask as usual. So we have all this kind of stuff here. Alright, so it's like $42 purchase, $47 purchase on Walmart. And then we have this kind of stuff. This is what I purchased here. So like Cheez-It, some snacks. We have some like stuff having to do with drinks. We also had more important things like cutlery, as well as something I purchased for a good friend of mine at the workplace, Emma. So we'll get to that moment, and here's a scan of the pumpkin pie that I was hoping was on sale. It says like $1.99, but that was a different item, so it's not. Need a price check, that kind of stuff. So here's the textile stuff, right? Here's back to narcissism, right? The Dark Tetrad I was alluding to: sadism, psychopathy, sociopathy, and narcissism. So once again, the temperament and the making of a narcissist. This is interesting. Dr. Romani over here. Temperament and the making of a narcissist. Alright, so I don't think I have to cover too much on this because I've already talked enough about narcissism on this channel as it is. But the point is, I was thinking, I may consider how everything is tied into it, and I think that's just too much to deal with. We'll focus back onto more assets. Let's move away from that kind of poisonous topic of narcissistic behavior. So we have here finance. So we have finance, and you guys are probably doing, those monthly bank checks that you guys probably do for your own kind of stuff. I'm just checking here and see available credit for $1,000, great, whatever. And notice that I just had a new credit card, so I had to go and check and see whether it works. Then I went out yesterday and made some purchases, and in fact it works. So now I have to stack up on, you can see a negative balance because I tend to do that. I go overboard and make sure that I don't have to miss on the grace period. So maybe that's something that you guys do, a tactic you do already. So that's something I do, and I just wanted to make note of that. Also, it is a business renewal, so I didn't update this. I think I had to update this onto my spreadsheet regarding business and the research, the health and research business, the annual subscription or renewal fee for membership. So I think that's all textile stuff. I want to cover very briefly now some things here in detail, so that have text in it. These are photographs, so this is photography. We're going to segment 7 now, therefore, because it's photography. So milk house heater. Have I been covering the mic? So milk house heater from, what did it say, Conwin brand. So I need to purchase a new heater today, without question. It's getting chilly in the mornings, like 10 degrees Celsius. We also have, so the pricing here is like $29.98, so $33 after tax or so. I also want to mention I'm scouting some items here. 119 is a traditional kind of Chinese way. I thought it was really neat. It fits in with one of the outfits I have very well. And I really just like this kind of design, because me being kind of Chinese myself. So that's great. Moving on, we also have some purchases here I want to cover in this particular live stream from Kanji Queen. So Wang Zhuke, if you actually purchase, it's kind of like the Hong Kong street food style, traditional Hong Kong street food style food. So we have this turnip cakes, or if you want to call it in Cantonese, it would be what's it called? 星洲蘿蔔糕同埋啲魚片瘦肉粥. So we have this kind of like fish slice, and I know it sounds kind of disgusting, but pork liver congee. We also have green. It's great. Believe me, just trust me on this. Try it. If you don't know what it tastes like, just go out to a traditional Cantonese style, Hong Kong style restaurant and try it out. And then this one here is this also sounds weird, but the downside of it is basically it's like this preserved duck egg kind of thing. It sounds so nasty, but it is. It's great. It's great. Trust me. So it's that kind of stuff. We have mooncakes here as well. So mooncakes. This is a class 2 item I received from a domestic guy from my biological father. So that's also something I want to be grateful and show gratitude for. Again, the congee and the stuff here I purchased in the turnip cakes. So I bought this for my biological father instead. So it's a gift for them, class 1 and class 4 in nature. Here's some class 2 items I also received from my biological father. Cyber mooncakes is also purchased from my brother. This from I think it was called the Deer Garden Signatures. It's like your own self-serve noodle soup kind of thing. And this is a ginkgo soup base with like some ramen noodles and some fish balls and more of that, like pork liver and stuff like that, and cuttlefish slices. So here's a congee that I purchased for them, and this is the cuttlefish thing is the thing that I received from them. So just to be thankful and appreciate the kind of meals you get, even the most basic things. This is not basic. This is like really nice meal from people who have taken care of you all your life. Alright, so that's that. Moving on. We have only about a minute left. It's crazy. Shoot. What can we do now? 45 seconds remaining. I don't really want to start the photography here because there's so much to cover, but whatever. I just want to mention that, therefore, there's some stuff here we can cover right now immediately in phase 3 then. So, from region C1, C2 at the very top, we're replenishing some stock bottles here. In the last 20 seconds, I have to throw away like 3 of these bottles of HEPA Plus, as well as antioxidants, and replenish on some of these, health packs I received. So I took it from C1, C2, as well as these bottles of core minerals, antioxidants, and Procosa, and brought down here, take out the wrap, and then toss it to stock bottles, or keep it for our future client in the future. And that will end this live stream. So we'll have to cover the photographs later on in the second live stream of the day. If not, maybe tomorrow, I don't know.